Hi, my name is Hannah Burke. I come from a family of 3, so I am an only child.
My name is Elise Ward. I'm from Dallas. I have like 7 siblings. I live with my mom. My sister, I have a twin. She lives with my dad. And then my dad has another set of twins. And then there's my younger brother, my younger sister, and my older sister. So that's like 7 kids.
My name is Ashley Elliott. I'm 18. I've lived in Mesquite my whole life, and I have 1 sibling, and I live with my aunt and uncle.
My grandfather was an artist, and since I was like 3, he showed me how to paint, draw, and I loved it. I loved creating. He had this shed where he kept all sorts of canvas and watercolors and like little model army men, but that used to be my favorite place, and I would make all these watercolor flowers. I knew that I was going to become an artist.
Senior year has been interesting. I've met a lot of people I didn't meet the past 3 years. I've liked my senior year. It's been very fun. I would say this has been the most active year of my high school. So yeah, I enjoyed my senior year. Since I'm in like not advanced classes, my classes weren't that hard. I didn't really have a big workload, but like some of my classes took more effort, took more work than others did, like my EMT class or my debate class. But by far my senior year has gone pretty great. But I'm happy to leave.
As I got a little bit older and I got into school, I remember everything I did, my favorite activities would revolve around art, and everything was going pretty good. And I got along with everyone. I was doing well academically. I was smart. And then I was in 3rd grade, and I remember I was taking a test, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw like this rainbow light spectrum, and everything went dark. And then I woke up in the nurse's office, and then I remember going through a bunch of loud machines, MRIs, EKGs, EEGs, having needles stuck in my arm, and I was diagnosed with epilepsy. Throughout high school, I've been having different sorts of seizures, and it's been making school very difficult for me.
Honestly, it's been stressful. Like as a senior, it has been a lot stressful. Like as far as the work goes, I wouldn't say it's a lot harder, but like you get more work, and so that's like stress. And then I work, and then on top of that, like the senior schedule, I've been trying to do everything on that because I don't want to look back and be like, dang, I wish I would have did this my senior year, you know. And so I try to do a lot of the stuff that's on the calendar.
My person for Lighthouse, my teacher, was Miss Humphreys, or Miss Early. I feel like she chose me because I've had Miss Humphreys since I was a freshman. So I've had her for 4 straight years. I was very awkward. I didn't talk a lot. I didn't really engage in class. I always just sat in the back. When I used to go to Mesquite High School, I was very loud. I had a lot of friends. But when I got to Horn, it kind of I became very introverted. It all went away because of the things that happened at home. And as I started having Miss Early more and more, she was the one who got me involved in school, got me to have more friends, kind of got me out of my shell a little bit. I'm the student I am today because of my Lighthouse teacher.
And honestly, it took me by surprise. Like I thought it would be Mr. Overton, because I've been working with him, Mr. Overton or Miss Ordonez, because I've been working with them a lot, like for Circle. And actually another teacher, she was like, Ward, who's your Lighthouse? And I'm like, what? She's like, who's your Lighthouse? Who chose you as their Lighthouse? I was like, I'm not a Lighthouse. She said, you're on the list. And I was like, what? And so I went around and asked all my teachers. I only have 6 teachers. And so I asked every last teacher, none of them. And then I went to Mr. Ordonez and Mr. Overton. They said nope. And so I went on this field trip for Government Day. I came back, Mr. Jensen pulled me in his office. He was like, I chose you as my lighthouse, and I just started cheesing. I gave him a big old hug, and he was like, I'm always smiling, like even through the tough times, because I've been through a lot this year. I don't want to think of the worst things. Like I prepare for the worst, but expect the best. So like I'm a really positive person. So no matter what I go through, like I still like to smile throughout the day.
I think my father chose me as his lighthouse because he's seen how hard I've had to try to overcome all of this and still be able to be successful in all the things I do.
I remember being like a freshman or sophomore when other people got Lighthouse. I would always like be upset, like why haven't I got Lighthouse? Like has anyone not noticed what I'm doing? It's stuff like that. But just because you're not at Lighthouse doesn't mean that you're not doing the right thing. You don't always get noticed for the things that you do.
For one thing, I feel like for a teacher to go out of their way and get a student who came from all this stuff at home and get them involved in school and push them to do better and all that stuff, I think that's what most teachers and most people who work at schools and in the education system should push to be.
Art is kind of the only thing I can do because I'm creating it and I don't have to worry about anything that's happened before or anything that's going to happen. And if I have a seizure in the middle of the project, it doesn't matter if I remember what I was doing or not, because it's me that's making it.
After high school, I'm gonna go to college. I wanna study forensics, because I wanna be a forensic psychologist. And basically, a lot of people ask me, like, what is a forensic psychologist? There's different parts to it, but the part that I wanna do, like, let's say someone commits a murder. I wanna talk to that person, like, why did you do it? How did you do it? How long did it take you to, like, come with a plan? You know, stuff like that.
After high school, I'm attending Texas Women's University, and I'm going to study to be a nurse practitioner. Nurse practitioners they're kind of similar to a doctor, except their education ends sooner. And doctors, they study more on how to cure. Nurse practitioners study more how to treat, have my own clinic and all that stuff.
Your success isn't determined by how things were set up for you. Even if you were somewhat set up to fail, you can still work through it. Your success is measured by how much you try to be greater.
My name is Elise Ford, and I'm a 2018 Lighthouse recipient.
My name is Ashley Elliott, and I am a 2018 Lighthouse recipient.
My name is Hannah Burke, and I am a 2018 Lighthouse recipient.